Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back for another deck profile here. My fucking Drytron stuff came in the mail, dude. It actually came in the mail today, and I was like, holy shit, dude. It's weird. Everything that I put tracking on is super fucking late, and then everything that has no tracking just shows up in like 2 or 3 days, and I'm just like, sick. But, yeah, dude, so this fucking deck, dude, obviously Drytrons. I took a different spin on it. I have a different engine in here. I will show a combo video at the end of this as to why I chose the engine. I've been doing a lot of research on the deck, and, you know, obviously Jesse Cotton was, like, the one that brought this deck to the light, to the meta. Like, nobody really paid attention to it. But I think the deck's really insane. Rituals are, like, one of my favorite fucking, you know, I just love rituals. I know I said about a bunch of decks, but a lot of decks are my favorite. Yeah, dude, without further ado, dude, fucking Drytron Megaliths. There you go, dude. Let me fucking, I'm using my girlfriend's fairy mat that I got her. Figured that'd see fit. But, yeah, guys, so let's get right down into it. This over here. Alright. So, I kept this list of 40 cards. I think 40 is like the way to go for this list, or for this deck rather. I think it's just very. There's some stuff that's standard, and there's a bunch of shit that I changed in it. I think this is. So, let me start out by explaining this. So obviously the deck is very control based, but like when I was playing the control variant, there's a couple different variants I had with, like, obviously the fairy one. This is not fairy heavy at all. If you guys want me to, I will share profile my the fairy build that I have of this. I just chose this one, the Megalith one, because it's so much more aggressive. Like, as a deck, like, it actually just blows. It does stuff. I'll explain. You'll see the combo. It's fine. But obviously, heart and soul of the deck, guys. The 3 Ben 10. I think everyone knows what this card does by now. It's like fucking Flame Wing Man. If it kills a monster, it burns for defense, though. And if it's tributed in any way, it adds a light fairy from deck to hand. So that's cool. And then the one Natasha. So this card, when I saw this originally, I was just like, I love this card, because when my girlfriend started playing, I bought her every fairy archetype that existed, and I have a binder of it over here. And Cyber Angels is one of the ones, because obviously, like I said, I love rituals, and I always thought Natasha was insane, but Cyber Angels kind of sucked, obviously. So I'm glad that there's a deck that can abuse it. What this does is you can target a monster on the field. You gain half of its attack to your life points. You know, you gain half of its attack to your life. And then whenever a ritual monster is attacked while this is on the board, you can negate it. You just negate it. It's, you know, it's insane. But and then the best effect, which I'm sure you guys have seen if you've watched this or anything about this profile, anything about this deck at all. If this is in the graveyard, you can banish a Cyber Angel from your graveyard. Different name, obviously, and then target a monster your opponent controls, and then special this, and then take control of it. That is not a hard once per turn. Obviously this has to be summoned properly in the first place. You can't just like discard it or use it as ritual fodder and then do that. You have to summon it properly first. Then we get to the Megalith engine. So the Megalith Fool. So this card, I remember when Megalith came out and people were waiting for this card to come out. This card's absolutely ridiculous. So what it does, on summon, it targets a ritual monster in graveyard, and then it becomes that level and then adds it to your hand. And then during the main phase, either players, you can ritual summon a Megalith monster from your hand or deck, and obviously using, you know, from regular materials for it, so from hand or field or whatever. So, and then we have the 2 Bethor. This is the card that's really just, you know, puts in the work. This is one of like your main disruption pieces. His effect is you can just discard it to ritual summon a Megalith monster by tributing from hand or board. He will on summon pop. He does target though. Targets X amount of cards for the different amount of ritual monsters in your graveyard, and then destroys them. So he's insane. He's one of the he's in the combo, obviously. So, and then the one, I don't remember what this card's name is. It's the one I always call Ophelia. This one on ritual summon, it adds a fucking Megalith monster from your deck to your hand, And then it also has the field effect while it's on the board. It's like a ritual spell. You can ritual during your main phase, not the main phase like Fool. But so, and then we got three Thuban. This is the best one. Obviously this is the one. All of the Drytron monsters have the same first effect. They can't be normal summoned or set. They must be special summoned by a Drytron card. And then their middle text is they do their effect, whatever they do when they're summoned. And then they all have the same clause at the end. You cannot special summon monsters that cannot be normal summoned. So, or you cannot special summon monsters that can be normal summoned. That's what I meant to say. So they have that effect. This one, on summon, it will add a ritual monster from deck to hand. They're all level 1, 2,000 machines. And the way you summon them is you tribute a Drytron or a ritual monster from your hand or field to special summon from graveyard or hand. So, and then we got the Delta. This one, I actually chose to play 3 of this. Most lists are playing 2 of this. I think this card's really good because I play the Megalith package, which I play more ritual monsters than most people do. And this one has all the same specs as the Thuban, but its effect is when it's summoned, you can reveal a ritual monster or ritual spell and then draw a card. It's just a lot easier to dig in your deck when you play 3 of these, when you play as many rituals as I do. I'm also going to get into the honorable mentions. If there's some cards in here if you don't see, I will talk about those. So, and then 2 of the Zeta. This is the one that searches the. Obviously does the same as the rest of them. This one adds a ritual spell, and obviously the Medianus is just very searchable. So like I felt like 2 of these is completely fine. I wouldn't play 1. 1 is way too low. I like the count that I have now. Just I think it's for 10 Drytrons. And then this one. This is the one. This one's kind of like Wolf Bark, where like except for special summon, but it special summons 1 back from graveyard. So card's really good. And then so we still play the Vanity's Ruler. The Vanity's Ruler in testing, I wasn't playing this originally because I was like, oh, it's not needed in like the super heavy fairy build. But obviously it's just super searchable because of Ben 10, and it's a nice fallback. Like if your hands can fizzle sometimes, not all the time at all, but sometimes you'll open a hand where you're like, Jesus Christ, like if you get hand trapped at a certain point, at like not even like a choke point, but at a certain point you'll be like, shit. And then this is a very insane fallback. I really enjoy this card. So, and then the one Manju. Also, this is also part of the combo. I just really like this card at 1. You have no normal summons in this deck except for this and this. So, unless you count fucking Dawn Knight, but nobody counts Dawn Knight. So, yeah, dude, obviously on normal summon or flip, it adds a ritual monster or spell from deck to hand. Card's super fucking well. Came out in Invasion of Chaos. And then the one Chaos Valkyria. This card's absolutely ridiculous. Just the free light extender that's searchable. I know people were playing at the beginning. They were playing the level 6 Soul of Purity and Light, I think it's called. This card's super old too, but it's banished 2 monsters and it's level 6. This is just banish 1 to summon it. Plus this is also part of the combo that you search. So. And then the last monster is the fucking $5 or $6 rare Dawn Knight. I don't. It's just this card. This card's cool or whatever. It's part of the combo that I will show you, but I fucking hate this card, dude. Like drawing is fine because the combo is only 2 cards. But just drawing it sometimes you're just like, Jesus Christ. But all right, and then the one Medianus. Pretty standard. I think everyone plays 1 of this. I don't know why you'd ever play more of this. You can ritual summon using machine monsters, and then you use their attack points. Like if you're ritual summoning, let's say, one of the let's just say Natasha. Natasha's attack's 1,000. So you can exceed or equal that attack by using all the Drytrons are 2,000. So Then also you can reduce a targeted Drytron monster. Reduce attack by 1,000. That is card back from your graveyard to your hand, and that is a hard monster turn. So, and then the $40 or $50 card, the E-Telly, the Drytron Nova. This card's insane. It just specials a Drytron from your deck, destroys the end phase. Nobody cares about that, obviously, because it's just, card's insane though. And then the 3 Fafnirs. This is the field spell. Card's absolutely ridiculous. So on activation, it's kind of like Magical Meltdown, but it adds a Drytron spell or trap. Nobody plays the traps, obviously, but excuse me. And your ritual spells cannot be responded to. So like I said, it's like Meltdown. Also, if you normal or special summon a monster while you control a Drytron monster, you can make their level go down by if they're every 1,000 their attack is, their level can go down by 1. So that's that, boys. And then obviously 3 Cyber Emergencies. It's just, Rhoda. So card's just absolutely ridiculous. And then once again, just another Rhoda. 3 Preparation of Rites. Adds a level 7 or lower ritual monster from deck to hand, and you can add a ritual spell from graveyard back to hand. So I'm sure everyone knows what that card does. And then the one-ofs. Terraforming, obviously. 1 Foolish Burial. 1 Called by the Grave. The only reason this is in the main deck, deck's 40 cards, so I was like, I have like a good chance of drawing this. Droll just kind of shreds this deck unless your hand's insane, obviously. So, and then the last card is obviously the Upstart Goblin. I'll talk about that at the end. But all right, then the extra deck is where's this last piece? The 1 Link Rebo. Obviously, all your dudes are level 1. Same with the Relinquish dude. This card's obviously insane for just multitude of reasons. You can take like the Gold Lord, they put in the wrong column or stuff like that. And then for Link 2s, the fucking Union Carrier. This is the card that gets Dawn Knight. So this card's also its Light Machine. So you can use it for the Drytron Ritual. Medianus. And then this thing, I actually wasn't aware of this card until Jesse Cotton said something about it, or had it in his deck, and I was like, this card's kind of insane, because I haven't been reading through like entire sets of like the commons in like a long time. I used to do that when I was way younger. I used to just like when a set was announced, I would just read everything and just be like, oh, so I know what everything does. This card I just missed, and he brought it to the light. This card's insane. It just creature swaps. So like, if it's up here, the extra monster zone, if there's something like usually a lot of players will summon Golden Lord here too as well. And then, you have your dude down here and it just switches them. So card's really good, just 2 effect monsters. And then the IP, the Cerberus, the Phoenix, and then for the Link 3 is the Unicorn. It's the only Link 3, just put it with the Nightmare package. And then for the Link 4 is obviously the Appaloosa and the Access Code Talker. This card's just insane, obviously, so is Appaloosa. And then, so I have 2 flex spots in the extra deck that you can do what you want with them. This extra deck's kind of, you can work with it how you want to build the deck. Since we're not playing like the super fairy heavy build, we have a little bit of space. So, obviously this card, the Nightingale, this attacks directly, and then you can make Zeus. So, obviously Zeus. And then the Dweller. Dweller's absolutely insane. And then for the 2 flex spots, with this build, one of them isn't a flex spot. It's just very niche and very nice. This card is the flex spot for sure. I was testing this because it searches DD Crow, and sometimes DD Crow can actually get you there this format. Because I know a lot of Eldritch builds are playing like 2 Golden Lords, or if you Crow at the right time with that, or the mirror match, you hit the ritual spell, stuff like that, or also Alistair's invocation and stuff. Search DD Crow. So, and then the last spot, this was actually a spot I put in there. Obviously the Gallant Granite. 2 rank 4. It's a rank 4 detached search a rock monster, so you can side in Nibiru and search it, or it searches the Megalith monsters. So you know, if you want to get to the Megalith stuff faster, and you know, like their matchup isn't, you know, Dweller doesn't affect their matchup very much, then you can make this instead, and then just have a free search, boys. So, all right, let me hit this up real quick, and I'll show you that fat combo. Jesus Christ, of course this went out. All right. You see this, babe?
Yes.
I use the Charizard as the field center. All right, so it's just 2 cards. You just need the Nova and a Ben 10. All right, and then you'll go through none of this stuff except for this. I'll put this over here. You go through all of this. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need these. Don't need that. All right. Okay, so. All right, so can you see the starting hand down here, babe?
Yeah.
Where are you at here?
No.
What can you see?
Right here.
To here?
Here, yes.
Okay, all right. You see down here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so obviously you're going to start with the Nova. Then you're going to special summon the Thuban. And then you link the Thuban off. This will be your graveyard down here. Link the Thuban. You see this?
Yeah.
Okay. You'll make the Link Rebo. And then you'll send the Ben 10 tribute. It's cost. Special summon back the Thuban. The Thuban will activate and grab you the Fool. Is it the Fool? Yeah, I think it's the Fool. I can't remember if this is the yeah, it's the Fool. I'm fucking dumb. Fool, and then Ben 10 will add the Manju. Sorry about that, my brain just shit on myself. Alright, and then you normal summon the Manju. You add the Medianus. And then you link these two into the Union Carrier. Union Carrier target itself for the Dawn Knight. So this is your graveyard, this is your hand, that's your spell and trap. So you still see that, babe?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you play the Medianus, sending the Union Carrier, special summon the Fool, and then you'll have chain links. So here is where you chain link 1 Dawn Knight and chain link 2 Fool. Fool will add back the Ben 10 to your hand and becomes level 6. The Dawn Knight will dump from deck to graveyard, and you'll send the Gamma. All right, now you're going to want to what is it you gotta do? The yeah, okay. Oh, that's right. I'm dumb. So you full effect, since it's during the main phase, you can ritual summon, tribute the Ben 10, special summon the Ophelia from your deck, and then chain link 1, chain link 2. This will add the Beathor and another Ben 10. Okay. And then here is when you do the Gamma and Graveyard, tribute the Ben 10. You still see this over here, dude? Yeah. Special Gamma. And then Gamma will special the, you see this over here?
No.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to overlay this just a little bit. So you'd special the, I don't know where to put it. You can't see this?
I can see that now.
Okay. So this will special the Thuban. And then the Ben 10 will resolve and search the Valkyria. And then here is where you banish the you can banish whatever, just banish Manju. Special summon this, and then you overlay these two, into, like I said, if the matchup isn't good against, like if Dweller isn't good against them, then you could make the Gallon Granite or whatever, search into your if you side decked or whatever, or another Megalith stuff. And then these two make the IP. All right, so this is your end board. Okay, this doesn't look impressive. So on their standby, they'll attach. You're gonna attach the Ophelia. I know that's not the name, guys. It's okay. You still have the Beathor in hand. Now, so what's going on here? Obviously, you'd have 3 other cards in hand. Okay. So now during the main phase, their main phase, once they start playing or whatever, they're gonna try and out this. Obviously, the graveyard's locked out. But you can do these into Appaloosa if you wanted to, or depending on what they're doing or whatever, you could just automatically use the Fool, and you can ritual summon from a deck. So you can tribute this to summon the other Beathor right here, and then this will pop cards targeting obviously on their board equal to the number of ritual monsters with different names. Currently, you should have 3. So this Beathor will be 3 pops, and then obviously you have 3 other cards in hand, so you could like unicorn them, or you could make the Appaloosa, stuff like that. So yeah, guys, this deck's really fucking insane. I will do the honorable mentions real quick, just because I didn't want to get into those. I will profile the fairy build of this if you guys want. I might come back to it in a couple weeks. Obviously, the 2 big dudes. This is the one that Jesse Cotton played. It's kind of like Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, but it's also a disruption. I was playing this in this build, but it was just a lot better with the pure fairy build, so I ended up cutting it. I do really like the pure fairy build. So, and then this one actually can be really good too. It's just the opposite of this. It destroys spell and traps, so it can wipe their whole back row. Obviously the Harpy's Feather Duster, and I don't play the any hand traps. I know this is searchable in the fairy build, and I almost main the Droll, but I chose against it just for consistency because I didn't want to open too many hand traps. So, but yeah, guys, let me know what you want to see next week. I got some other crazy stuff going on. So, yeah, dude, cheers.